Well. We meet again, friends. Good afternoon. It feels just like yesterday when we said good morning. And today we are with Legend, taking another look, like we did last year, at a bit of a survival overhaul in Fallout 4. Now, for those of you who know me, you know I don't really do survival runs all that often. But after last year, I swear it's something that I want to do once this mod is out, and even in our little bit of testing of him showing stuff off, it definitely would be great for a playthrough for you if you hadn't played Fallout 4 Survival in a while. But if you are someone who creates content, it can definitely make some fun little spots in there. But Legend, how are we doing, buddy?
We're doing good, Cassie.
We're
I'm ready
doing
to show
good.
off the mod. Ready to show off the mod. Yep.
I mean, like, it's one of those. It's one of those that I like. I'm pretty excited for people to see what it is and to see how everything is going in there, especially with one of the things that you talked about of like how mod authors can absolutely engineer something that they understand and then come to the conclusion of like, why did I make this that hard? Like,
Yep.
why not just code it in to be a different way? Now, you may notice that my webcam is off. I am not playing this. Legend is actually showing this mod off of their system. So I'm not going to have my webcam on. I'm going to kind of be muted sometimes throughout this, just taking care of chat and just looking to see what everybody's talking about. So if you have any questions, absolutely positively feel free to ask them in chat. We haven't got the raid in yet from Eleanor, but if you want to stay up to date and everything with this project, there is a Discord link and there is a section in there for Legend. It's an absolutely great group. That is where we are actually hosting this Discord call right now. Let's go.
Oh, we're
Welcome
getting
in.
raided. We're getting
Welcome
raided.
in. Hello. And it feels like such a long time since we've said hello to each other. Hello, Ellie. How are we doing? How was the time with the mod project? Like I was just telling the community, we are in here taking a gander at the ye old Fallout 4 survival overhaul with Legend. My webcam's off. He's actually doing the playthrough. And we had just said that something that modders do is they engineer stuff that they understand, but the everyday player is a bit different than the way y'all's brains work. And they changed something up from last year that I think is going to be a great thing. And if you're a content creator, this is something that you might want to check out. It is going to have some funny moments in it. And if you're just a fan of Fallout 4, honestly, yeah, it looks a bit goofy, but we'll let Legend get into here and explain everything. Y'all welcome in to this broadcast, but I'll let Legend take it over.
All right, let's go. First off, Munch the Ski. He said hi to me, so I'm saying hi back. Hi to Osiris Greenskin as well, and hi to Bubbleonia. All right. So, Survival Mode Overhaul is the name of the mod. This mod, at this current state, will require just the script extender. But if you have the mod configuration menu, it features that, and there's a lot of customization, which I'll go into a little bit. And then it also requires Pip-Boy tabs as an optional requirement. That only works on NG and OG right now, but I expect it'll have an AE update eventually, and then we'll be all good there. But even if you can't use Pip-Boy tabs, the mod is still functional. So, hey Ocelot, hey Eleonora, hey Mr. Rogue playing, hey Gamer X20. I know some of these names actually, so makes me happy to see them. So let's talk about the needs overhaul. So easier to show you, I think. We have a needs tab now, and it shows you your status. It shows you the what you would normally see in the effect here, in the active effects. You can see in this tab here. It shows you exactly where you are on the stage. So you'll know, like previously, if you were peckish, you would not know like where you were on peckish. You could be really low on peckish, you could be really high on peckish, but you don't know. But now you do, because you have these bars here that tell you. What's cool is that you have a well-fed and a well-hydrated mechanic. So let me show you real fast. I forgot to add this item to me. We'll do purify water. Actually,
Wow, Legend's already over here cheating, guys.
I'm
Console
already
command.
cheating. Yeah,
Already console commanding.
is it
Already.
purified water?
I don't know. What do you expect?
No, it's not. It's not.
I don't know. What do you expect
Let's
me to
do
know
cram.
about? Ooh,
There we
there you
go.
go.
We got cram.
There we go.
So go to our inventory. We're gonna eat a bunch of cram. It's gonna take a bunch because the food factors in your it. I coded this a lot, so it factors in lead belly. It factors in the weight of the item. It factors in the value of the item, just like it does in vanilla, and it also factors in if you have a skill system. And right now I have S7 installed, and my survival skill is 0, so it's really tough for me to increase it more. But that's all customizable. Get good DL, yeah.
And this is
But
the
yeah,
part that we were talking about that I'm glad you did, where you don't have to
yes.
click on it. Yeah.
It used to be you had to click on it, and then I had this epiphany where I'm like, people shouldn't have to click on it. Why don't I just add it to the display? So I just added it to the display.
From a normal person, thank you. From a normal person, thank you.
Yep. I was like, why was I making you? I wanted interactivity, I think, but you don't need that necessarily with user interface. So that's pretty much it for the needs. I mean, this is a pretty big change, right? Because it normally it's like a stage, and then you're like locked at that stage and you can't tell your progress.
I mean,
this
honestly,
tells you
that's
exactly where you are.
That's one of the things I've always hated about survival runs is I'm like, where? Okay, I'm
How
good.
long do I have?
I'm good,
right?
but then I go back 5 minutes later. I'm like, I'm not good. What? All right. So what do you? Just tell me what you need. What do you want?
Yep. And you can see this bar overcharges. It goes into well-fed. The well-fed and well-hydrated are very short-term bonuses. They're like under normal settings, they're about 2 hours long. But they give you a boost to these resists, which we're going to talk about a bit. And those help you with the disease system. So one of the things we got to talk about is the problem with the disease. It's not even a disease system; it's an illness system in vanilla Fallout 4. So yeah, 2 hours is a fairly long time, but in my playtesting, it's not 2 hours game. It's not 2 hours playtime. It's 2 hours in the game. How do I like game time, not real time. There we go. But the problem with the diseases is it's really easy to catch a disease in vanilla survival mode. Anytime you intake risk to your risk pool, it all goes to the same pool, so it builds up very quickly. It's impossible to tell how at risk you are. You have a general sense from your fatigue, but that doesn't tell you an accurate thing. And Fallout is a game of numbers, right? We like to know our damage. We like to know our resistances. We like to know our workshop survivals, our workshop stats. Like, it's a game of numbers. We want to know those. So all of those build up, and it makes planning and resisting diseases very difficult. If you remember, there are some herbal medications that prevent a disease. Well, it's hard to know, like, when do you take them, right? Like, you don't know how at risk you are. You might take them and you might not be at risk, or you might take them and they only affect 2 diseases, right? So that's one problem. And then the other problem, Bethesda's fix for this was basically, because diseases are so easy to catch, we will make them really easy to cure, which is you just take antibiotics and you're cured. And one of the reasons I really dislike that is because antibiotics will cure insomnia, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway, we're going to talk about the disease overhaul. All right, so now we're going to go to our disease tab, right? And you can see I've already gotten some ailment because I've been eating radiated food, or I've been eating food in general. You see disease resist, and you see ailment and infection. Ailments are digestive related diseases. You get them by intaking radiation, and you get them by eating food and drinks in general. Infection is whenever you take damage. Now, if you take damage from like a bullet or like a non-animal creature type, it's very low. But when you intake it from like a dog or a rad scorpion or any of those, that will increase it faster. Now, your disease resist is twofold, 2 parts to it. it'll reduce the incoming risk. So if you have a disease resist of 100, no risk will come in. If you have a disease resist of 15, it's getting decreased by 15%. That's the same for ailment and infection. A new thing is stress resist, which is the resistance for mental risk. And we have ailments, we have infections, and we have mental issues, which are basically mental disorders. So you may be wondering, how many diseases are there in total? There are 9 of each type for a total of 27 diseases. So there are a lot of diseases, and they have interesting effects. Some of them return from Fallout 76, and I'll be showing off some of them. And the other thing is, this status tab will tell you what diseases you have. This Vault Boy here that's walking is actually, internally, it's known as Disease Boy, which sounds terrible out of context, but he'll look worse when he gets certain ailments, infections, or mental issues. So we'll show that off very shortly.
And now, not to break through, but like for some people in the chat, they may be wondering, and I love that you touched on this about like non-creature damage having the less infection effect, but like how creatures like dogs and stuff can have that better chance, because it makes total sense. Like if somebody hits you with a bat or something like that, it's not, infection rate shouldn't go up too much, but if a dog bite and the saliva inside their mouth, or they scratch you like a mole rat scratches you, it's like
Exactly.
that little like
Exactly.
detail orient. That's
Yep.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I thought about this a lot. I talked about resistant risks. So, if you have a disease resist of 100, which is difficult to achieve, but you will not intake any risk. And when you roll against diseases, because you always roll your risk against your resist. So if your risk is higher than your resist, you're not guaranteed to catch a disease, because it's still a random roll, but you're at much higher risk. And there are items.
You went away from your mic for a second. It lessened in volume. There you go.
There we go. If you have higher risk than your resist, you're not guaranteed to catch a disease, but you are at a significantly higher chance. So, because it's a random roll still. Resist risks, new aid items. Yeah. So we're gonna the aid items. Like you may be familiar with the herbal ones. I think there's 3 of them. The anodyne. So what these will do are, so you can see it increases your risk, but it increases your disease resist. So how this works is it's an immediate +5 infection and mental risk, but that doesn't like go up over time. It's just immediate, and it does bypass resist. By the way, that's a little mechanic I added. But the disease resist will go 20 higher for, I think it's 10 minutes. So we'll go into this a little bit when I talk about sleep and curing them. But basically, all of these give you some resist temporarily, but they also increase your risk. So that's the herbal part. So this herbal sedative, let's go to packs first. So you may realize that we have. Did I not add antibiotics? I did not. Hold on.
I was about to say, it's looking like you didn't.
Antibiotics for
help me. Help. Please give me antibiotics. Please, sir. May I have some more?
It's really simple. It was just HC antibiotics.
Look, I wouldn't know it. Like, I would have had to done the same thing. I'm going to be real with you. I would have had to done the same thing. There's so much. Okay. I don't know how y'all keep up with all those names and all that.
It's the editor ID, but yeah, it gets crazy. So antibiotics, this will increase my risk, but it will decrease my ailment and infection risks more effectively over time. So your risks are always going down unless, you're increasing them, and that's outpacing that. But we'll talk about the cure too. This is not, you can't just take this and all of your diseases go away. Oh, Disease Boy, worst superhero ever. That's funny. Yeah. So this is not an instant cure anymore. That's not how it works. I changed that because I didn't like it. But PAX, antibiotics, is for infections and ailments. And PAX, if anybody is familiar, PAX is actually a syringer ammo. But I made an aid version of it because what the PAX syringe does is it calms enemies. So what you're doing is you're calming yourself. But this one is for the mental issues and the mental risk. And then there's other, there's a whole bunch of other herbal items that basically do different things, resistances and risks. So we showed off the new aid items. Show off some diseases. Okay, we're gonna get into the fun part here. We're gonna do an ailment first. And yes, I'm using console commands because catching them in the wilds can take some time. I'm a very careful player, so usually I only get to stage 1 and then I cure them. But if this mod will punish you if you don't take care of yourself. So that's kind of the idea there. So apply ailment. What am I doing? Rad rash. Yeah, okay. So I caught an ailment, rad rash. There's custom messages for each type, so they'll be different depending on what they are. So if we go to our disease tab now, we can see we have rad rash and we have stage 1, and there's also some flavor text here. So rad rash and ailment is strange green color and very itchy rash on one's skin. When scratched, the rash blisters open to release radiation. At higher stages, the itchiness increases and resistance to diseases is reduced. Yeah, it's literally rad rash. Yes, literally. So what will happen is I think it already happened. Yeah, you can see I took some radiation damage. But basically periodically over time that'll happen. Now if I do the same thing so there's a timer on this. If you don't try to cure it within 24 hours, it will advance to stage 2. And now we can see in the Pip-Boy tab, we've got stage 2, frequent radiation damage, disease resist -5. And this will just keep getting worse. So another 24 hours go by. Bam, we've got stage 3. Also notice, Disease Boy ain't looking so hot. He's like, I don't feel so good. Well, let's make him worse. That sounds terrible out of context. We're gonna add an infection. We're gonna add a fun one. Give me a second here. Okay, it's 4. HC manager, SMO, apply infection 4. All right, we have Jelly Fingers, which returns from Fallout 76, or I guess it goes into the future or the past. I'm not sure. But Jellyfinger is an infection of the hand, causing the infectee to be much less dexterous with any hand movements. It gets its namesake from how its victims often fail to catch and throw objects properly. So we're going to show how this effect gets funny. It's not bad right now. It's -1. I already feel itchy thinking about Rad Rash. That is funny. So Jellyfingers, it's not so bad right now. It's -1 agility. Also, just to quickly prove the point, you will see these here. Right, so even if you don't have Pip-Boy tabs, you can see the effects here, so you'll be fine there. You just won't have the flavor text or the awesome. Oh, Disease Boy, right? Disease Boy has an infection now, so he's now mushroomy. So that's what infections look like, I guess. All right, let's increase Jellyfingers by a stage. All right, Jellyfingers has advanced to stage 2. We're gonna do a quick save. Not because the game's going to crash, but because I might die. Grenade throw can fail. Yes. Yes, I've managed to code it so you could throw a grenade, and it might not work. We're going to get away from the NPCs really briefly for this. This actually might be fun. Actually, let's... I said go to Kellogg's house, didn't I, Gassy?
You did, but my thought process is, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
This couldn't be too bad.
It's a little dark here, so we'll throw a grenade. Let's see if it fails. Nope. So it doesn't always fail. Still not failing, but I have 20 of these.
I'm waiting for that nat 1.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the nat 1, yep.
There you go.
There we go. And that's Jellyfingers. Yeah, fun little effect there, right? It gets worse.
This is one of the ones I was talking about. If you're a content creator and you're like reading chat, like at the same time of playing this, and you go to throw a grenade and you're not paying attention, a lot of hilarious moments could happen.
What the heck happened? Yeah, what the heck happened? Well, someone mentioned to me in a Discord there, because I was mentioning Survival Mode Overhaul and streaming it, and they were like, "Oh, you should have a challenge run where they have all 27 diseases at stage 3." And I was like, that would be a very challenging challenge run. So, yeah, that would be funny. Okay, let's go in. So I showed a unique ailment. I showed a unique infection. We're gonna go into the mental issues because the mental issues are really unique, as in they. So I have a psychology degree, and I just mimicked basically. I gamified actual mental disorders. So the first one we're going to show off is the equivalent of schizophrenia. So we're going to do that real quick. And you're going to see I have a very interesting applicate or implementation of it. There we go. That's the word. Apply mental zero. Yes. So the voices command me to kill the Diamond City security. And there's Rad Rash kicking off right there. Yeah, it's a quest. Yes, it shows up in your quest log, and it's the voices call. The voices command me to kill Diamond City security. So if I track this, yeah, then he's talking to me. Fine, I'll leave.
Just go about your business.
Now, if I kill this guy, the quest will be over, and I'll be done with it. But as is schizophrenia, the voices will come back and they will ask me to do something else. And each one of the yeah, I don't know if you heard the sound effect, but it does like little whispery voices. But I actually recorded 10 seconds of voice acting, and like each different effect will tell you. Give this man a medal. Yeah, I worked hard on the mental issues. It was fun. It was fun. So I can either kill this guy, or I can wait. And what will happen is if I fail the quest, which I'll do really quickly. Oh no, I don't want to talk to you. Now.
The voices
You
have
saw
commanded me to get noodles.
Very briefly, you saw my nickname my character Plague Man. So I think we wait 3 hours. That might be it. There's a custom voice for if you fail it. And so what happens is it immediately gives you a large stress event, and it will also roll for another mental issue. It bypasses the timer. So it will if you don't have good stress resist and you have high mental risk, you'll get another mental issue. Anyway, lots of interesting mental issues. There's 9 of them. We're gonna show off next. What do I have on my list? Anger issues. This one's fun. This is another fun one. They're all kind of fun, but I think this one's quite fun. Mental. What is the number? All right, you're gonna see this happen immediately.
Come back here, damn it.
Oh no, Takahashi got aggroed at me. Well, it's okay. They all run away from me because I screamed. They're not supposed to attack me, but the robots seem to have wanted to kill me. So I'm not sure what happened there. But normally they'll just run away from you. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. So anger issues, they'll run away from you. I'm not sure why the robots attacked.
But I got a message.
But yeah, everybody runs away. As it increases in stage, it happens more frequently, and at stage 3, they will attack you. But yeah. Are there panic attacks that prevent you from using VATS? No, but panic is one of the diseases, so let's show it off. I really did cover my bases. The robots aren't taking any of my shit. Yeah, they're not. Alright, let's get panic. Alright, so panic, I roughly know how it works. So it decreases your accuracy. But, as with any of my custom diseases, it gets worse. And with the stages, it always gets worse. You will randomly fire or swing your weapon if it's out. So you can, it can possibly fire at an NPC. I managed to code it to do that. So it's pretty random, I think. I tested it so it happens, but I try not to make it too frequent. But we can wait around and see if it happens. Yeah, that tracks. Let's see what stage 3 does. Oh, randomly dropped equipped weapon. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. What if we find a towel? Will that cure it? No, but we'll
Don't forget to bring a towel.
we'll talk about curing diseases now.
Move along.
Oh no, the doctor ran away.
You're
I need
a
the-
little bit away from your mic again.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. The doctor ran away. I need to find. Are they down there? Where did they go?
Well, you screamed at him. Where do you think he's gonna go? He panicked.
Yeah, I know, but where's,
And he had a surgery to take care of.
Oh my
Nothing
gosh!
Nothing to see here.
Did
I
I?
need you to step away,
I-
Scabber.
Where did they all go? I thought I died after the anger issues.
No, you did. You did. I think they just all like for some reason.
Despawned.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
You know, it's Fallout
We'll
4.
load
What question do we have? We'll just say it's Fallout 4. You know.
There's the doctor. Let's check if I have. So, the way curing diseases work, there's 2 ways. The first one is a doctor. Doctors will cure you from I don't have any diseases, so we gotta add one. So doctors will cure you from stage 3 all the way to stage 1, but they will now security is called. Yeah, they will not cure stage 1. I will add an MTM toggle where it'll work. Well, it'll cure all of them, but I figure it's a little too OP that doctors can cure everything. But yeah, so cure.
Catch me up, Doc.
What's feeling off today?
Cure health. Yeah. So what will
Just-
happen?
Hurt all over.
You look fine.
So what will happen is you'll notice my diseases go. I think they'll go to stage 1. That's what should happen. Well, let's see.
And that's that.
Yes. So
Anything
Jellyfingers has
bothering you?
reduced to stage 1. Now to cure Jellyfingers
I feel a lot better.
fully,
Uh-huh. No injuries that I know of.
why is it not letting me exit?
That was it.
Take better care of you.
Okay, there we go. Sleep. You need sleep and drugs. That's how you cure stage 1. So
Only
we're
one thing
gonna
we're
go to
fine.
Dugout Inn,
Got it.
get a bed, and we're gonna take some drugs. It's the same thing. So for let me give myself a mental so we can demonstrate that too. All right.
So then I am crossing river, right? Where
In
a
my
monster
luck.
smile. When out comes the most dangerous of all sea monsters. A
My
monster.
luck.
A
I love the
monster.
way he says that.
Come on.
It's beautiful.
That's like 2 out of 10 points of danger tops. Now,
Ah,
I
there's
always
still
thought something
dialogue.
Really did.
Redeem.
Ah, I forgot you were there, Yefim. What is it?
You know what? Never mind. I'll handle it myself.
Man, I just need a room. Let me have one.
Yeah.
Need a room?
Come on,
Yeah, I
man.
do need a room, real
All
bad.
right, here's your money.
You're in room.
Hey, my guy said that. Oh, look, that's S7. Speech is increased to 2. S7 is a skill system. Where
All
you
right.
do
So
stuff
if
and
anybody
gain
had any
skills.
wagers on when Legend might mention S7, if you had under 30 minutes, congratulations, you win.
You win 100 caps. There is a
you
S-
win 100 caps.
Legend will always shill for S7. It is true. So you know, so the Volt Boy has different combinations depending on if you have infection, ailment, or mental. So there's like 7 icons for that or something. But yeah, that's fun. Let's cure some diseases. So what you have to do is you can take an herbal sedative, or you can take packs for the mental. You can also take Day Tripper or Calmex. The caveat to using those is that they're chems, so you could get addicted. And the other caveat is that they increase ailment risk. So really the best one to take is packs. It increases your stress resist, and it's like the overall best one. I didn't catch that, so under 2 minutes is the 250 cap winner. S7 was mentioned at the very beginning too.
Yeah,
when showing the Bit Boy
I
tats.
did not even catch. I didn't even catch that
I didn't
reference.
say anything. I didn't say anything though. I didn't say anything. Okay, so we'll take packs. We'll take. Oh, I didn't add the antibiotics on this save.
Yeah, I was about to say you saved
Oh,
beforehand.
that's the wrong one. I'm looking at the console history. There we go. All right, now we'll take antibiotics. And so what we'll have to do is sleep for approximately 7 hours. I think it's 6 or 7. I'm doing 7 just as a safety check. And when we wake up, we will not have those diseases anymore, unless I screwed up somewhere. But it looks nope, I did not screw up. Haha! And notice it says resolved instead of like cured. So that's a little flavor text there. You notice we're well rested now, which if you look at the needs tab, we're overcharged there. So another interesting thing on the needs tab that's functional. Because well rested isn't really a potion in vanilla survival. It's like a perk, just a perk. But also you can notice it drains our risks. So this is the big mechanic that I worked on a lot, is that you want to sleep in survival mode. Because sleeping, like even if you don't have any diseases, right? Sleeping and taking antibiotics, or sleeping and taking packs, or any of those chems that help reduce the risks is very good, because that's how you drain your risks and then be able to, if they fill up again, you can, you're not filling up upon an already high cap. So if you, the main goal, design goal of this mod is if you take care of yourself, you monitor your needs, you monitor your disease risk, you'll be fine. Even if you catch one, it'll be pretty easy to cure because you'll be prepared. So that's the main thing. In vanilla survival, you are gonna catch a disease no matter what you do, and very often it happens after sleep. So, but I am already adulting, and that just like real life. Yeah, I did not add bathroom needs. I did not want to do that because that's not a survival mechanic. So, but I do know that mods exist for that. Okay.
I mean, there's trees everywhere in the wasteland. Don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah. The ability for modders to add diseases without editing the script. So there's not much to show for this one, but basically modders can everything. So you have to understand the survival mode is done via one script mainly. It's the HC manager script, and if one person edits the script, it will conflict with anybody else trying to edit the script. And if somebody tries to implement diseases in one script, someone else edits it, only one of those person's diseases will make it in. What I've done is, it's a complex process to do, so you have to make a lot of records to do it, but all you have to do is add your disease records to a form list. And once you do that, you have your diseases, so you can add them in. You could remove diseases, like if you don't like one of the diseases I added, you can remove them from the list, from the pool. It's an index list, so that's why you saw when I was typing in the console commands, it's like 0 through 9 or 0 through 8. But you can add more indexes. That's fine. You just got to make sure you have all the records. So it's possible now for other modders to add on to this. If they wanted more diseases, they could add more diseases. And if they wanted fewer diseases, they could, remove some or replace mine with their own diseases. So a lot of disease talk there. That's a pretty important thing that this mod enables you to do. Okay, let's show off the mod configuration menu. I don't know what that PMMCM title is, but here's Survival Mode Overhaul. So you have needs. There's a long description of how the formula works. You can, there's a lot going on here. You have endurance, but I forgot to talk about endurance. Endurance factors in. So the higher endurance you have, the more restorative food and drink is, and less detrimental, like stim packs, because they reduce your hydration, right? So less detrimental from those. There's survival skill. I'm using S7, but it can detect basically every skill system on the Nexus market or mod place. Lead belly factors in, so you can factor that bonus here. You can tweak the hunger rate. You can tweak the minimum value restore, so you could set this. It goes up in 6 intervals. You can set it really high. I would not do that. But food weight, there's customizability for that. Thirst, drink weight. I separated drink weight. Holy moly, I didn't know I did that. I separated drink weight from food weight, so that's interesting. So you might be familiar with, there's a mod called Survival Configuration Menu by ZZYXZZ. That's a pretty popular one.
Mm-hmm.
That would conflict with this mod. However, this mod has all of the MCM options that mod has. So this mod, if you wanted just a configuration menu, then just use that. But if you want my mod and you want those options, you've got them. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's good to know, honestly.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people use survival configuration menu. I used it before I made this mod.
I use it. Yeah, I use it on my stuff.
Yeah. So this has exactly all of the same options that it has, and much more actually, as you can see. Diseases, you could toggle diseases. You could completely toggle off the disease system. You could, if you don't like the mental issues, you could toggle those off. If you don't like infections or you don't like ailments, I mean, there's something you don't like, you can toggle that off. I didn't add too much customization for the diseases. A few of them I did add, like parasites, dysentery, and bile bowels, because those increase your hunger and thirst rate, so you can adjust how much it increases it by. I think I need to add insomnia here still, but I'll get that done. Encumbrance, these are and this is the same one, the survival configuration menu. Adrenaline, same thing, it's a toggle for it. Oh, well, I'll get to that in a bit. Companions, I think I'm getting close to the exhaustion mechanic. We'll talk about that shortly. And fatigue, you have the same settings as survival configuration menu. There will be more options as well. I'll probably add a toggle. If you want to make diseases easier, I'll probably make it so sleep and antibiotics or sleep and the drug can cure all the stages, and I'll make an option that doctors can cure all the stages at once too. But that's, in my opinion, that's cheating. But it's my mod, so I could say that. All right, compatibility. So, yeah, as you know, it edits the HC Manager script, and as I described before, that that'll conflict with a lot of things. But here's the good news: I tried to do as much compatibility as I could. So, like with the survival configuration menu, you don't need that mod, so you won't have that conflict. If those are familiar, there is a mod called VATS Freeze Fix. Not the FRC plugin one that was recently released, but the one that edits the script. That's included in here, so it already handles that. So even if you didn't use the F4SE plugin, you won't run into that VATS freeze issue. If anybody's curious, I'll talk more about that at the end, why that happens. And then the other thing this has support for is some of you may know Nyanka's mod Survival Widget, and that adds a customizable little HUD widget that tells you percentage of your needs. That fully functions with this mod, and also you can use the non-F4SE version, the one that uses HUD framework, that will also work with this mod. And the other thing is, if at any point you have something overriding this mod script, this mod will tell you that you do. So it'll bring up a compatibility message and it will say, hey, you need to check your load order or remove the mod that has the conflict. So I've covered as many bases as I can with compatibility, considering that I have to override a vanilla script. Okay, we need to talk about the exhaustion mechanic. We're going to fast travel, and I have fast travel enabled. And that'll be a setting in the MCM2 that I'll make. We need to fast travel to Red Rocket so we can pick up dog meat. And we'll try to get dog meat injured. If you do not have Pip-Boy tabs yet, right. So what will happen, gamer, is that you won't have the flavor text for the diseases, but they do show up in the potions. So all the effects will be there. And it will tell you what stage it's on as well in that potion tab. So that's that for the diseases. For the risks and resists, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a hotkey to the MCM. So the mod configure, you'll press a button and you'll see your resists and your risks. It's not as immersive as the Pip-Boy tabs, but you know, eventually it'll get there. Obviously, I can't do anything about the needs tabs, but again, if you look at if you look at your potions, they tell you your effects too. So it is functional without Pip-Boy tabs. It's just not as awesome, in my opinion. It's not as cool, right? But they're all there. So it's still, we're still using the potion method, which will still display there. We need to get dog. Where did? Oh, okay.
Hey, boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself? You want to come with me, pal?
Well, of course I want to come with you. I'm not a synth.
Yeah.
I'm a good boy.
Okay, then.
Good dog.
Let's stick together.
Plague man.
Plague man and dog meat at it again in the wasteland. What
I need
adventures
to
will they
drink
see
some
next?
water.
Yeah,
Do I
you
have
do.
any?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this entire time. Like, you should have some water.
I'm gonna open this thing. Leadership increased to 1. Yep, that's S7 for you.
Wow,
I
2
need
times.
cement.
How many
2
votes? Do we,
times?
how
How
many?
dare I?
How many votes
How
do we
dare
have?
I?
How many votes do we have?
Oh, I need a gear. Uh,
Only if you had a console that could add a gear to your inventory. Gosh,
come
no.
on. Oh, this wrench has a gear, I think. I think that wrench has a gear.
I mean, if it's an adjustable
Yes.
wrench, it makes sense.
Yes. Yes. All right, let's get some water in me. This is going to take a while, I think, because I'm very low. And, yeah, I think I'm probably hydrated. Okay, that's good. And pump! Yeah, pump. Am I well? I should be well hydrated by now. I didn't see the message, but I'm pretty sure I am. I'm not. Okay, no, I just barely made it hydrated.
Listen, I know my brain's a bit weird, but like seeing you do this, or anytime I play Fallout 4 or use that, it's the Pump Up the Jam song starts playing in my head, like just from the Jock Jam CD in '94.
I am well hydrated now. So the well hydrated is really important because it gives you a very hefty disease resist bonus. So it's very important before you go to sleep because diseases will roll when you sleep. It's important to be well fed and well hydrated. Just like in real life. I don't have any cram. I know I have cram here somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was the one of the first things you did.
Properly fed. Yeah. And look at that. Survival is increasing because I'm eating a bunch of food. All right, we need to get dog meat injured, which is a terrible thing, dog meat, but we're going to have to do it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, well, in order, I don't even know if I really need it. So when dog meat goes, so normally in vanilla survival mode, this is the exhaustion mechanic. Normally with survival mode, when companions go down and you don't resurrect them, they will stay down. And if you leave them, they will get dismissed. I have been told, I've never experienced this bug myself, but I have been told by people who know bugs well, that could be a little bit buggy, the dismissal. So what I've done instead is implemented an exhaustion mechanic. So whenever they go down, they gain about 10 exhaustion, which reduces their damage by 5%. And exhaustion goes up to 100. So if you stim pack them before they get up on their own, they will not gain that exhaustion. You'll negate the exhaustion. But if they get up on their own, they will gain that exhaustion. So exhaustion goes away when you sleep with that companion in your party, and it goes away when over time, just in general. Come on, dog meat. I might have to get him to fight the Death Claw. He might not die to these raiders because they're kind of low level.
I was gonna say the stingwings might get him too.
No, the blood bugs. The blood bugs. Yeah,
blood bugs. Yeah.
I don't think dog meat's doing any damage. I think he's just doing his animations.
Well, can't you hurt companions?
Yeah, this
look,
is the tough call, Gatsby.
Look, you want to show it off? You know, look.
I'm sorry, dog meat.
Nobody's gonna clip it out of context about you, you know, shooting that dog.
I've already talked about diseases, getting diseases, disease boy. There's so much to clip here that
I
I'm
swear,
in trouble.
if there's one of the voices that says hurt your companion, I'm gonna be like,
I didn't add that one. I am not that terrible a human being, apparently. Yeah, there's new tutorial messages. So the tutorial messages have been updated, and I plan to add a few more tutorial messages of my own still. Clip, got it. Yeah, all these people are saying clip. Okay, that's exhaustion mechanic. Oh, here's some interesting news. I am going to make a version of this mod. This is a bit far in the future, but I'm going to make a version of this mod that does not require the script extender and has those UI features. Yeah, so that's kind of crazy because the Pip-Boy tabs really make it easy and nice to do. But what I can do is I can without editing the flash file, the Pip-Boy menu flash file, I'm pretty sure I can load in. I have actually tested it with something different. I can load in some custom stuff here that'll work. So, yeah, that's in the future. A version without the script extender, which means it'll go on. I don't know if it will go on Nexus. It'll probably go on the whatever the creations pages are called for Bethesda. So that way, Xbox and
which I think would be
I guess
good.
PC. Yeah. Let me see. How much time do we have? We're 15 minutes.
we got
I'm
15
almost at
minutes
the end of. I'm at the end of my list.
Trust me, I give you.
Oh, the release date. The release date.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, we hadn't talked about. We've talked about S7 like a couple times now, but we hadn't talked about a release date yet.
Yeah. So Survival Mode Overhaul is coming out. Either I have 2 dates. I have a backup date for myself because that's how busy I am at work this month. I have March 29th, or I have April 29th. There was an ad break. I'm talking about the release date. I talked about the exhaustion mechanic beforehand. Soon TM. Yeah, yep. Soon trademark. Yep. I have release dates. So March 29th is the 10-year anniversary of the beta release of Survival Mode. And April 29th is the full release of Survival Mode, or I guess non-beta or public release of Survival Mode. So it'll be coming out on one of those dates. If I get it, if I get everything I want done before March 29th and, properly tested, that's what we'll do. It'll be out March 29th. If not, it'll come out April 29th for sure, because I will have plenty of time at that point to get the rest of my things done. Basically, what's missing is I've done a lot of play testing already. So diseases, I already found some balance issues that I was fixing. The main thing that needs to get edited is the tutorial messages. Like the vanilla tutorial messages are edited. They're in there. The loading screens are edited. They're in there. I need to fix the, there's a help menu that I don't think people ever use that much, but survival's in here, but I still need to fully edit this. It's, some of it I've edited. Yeah, you can see stress, risk, and mental issues in there. But there's still a few things. Better late but complete. Exactly, Warformer. Exactly. Yeah. That's why I have the backup date. That is it for what I have. If people have questions, I don't know if anybody asked questions during my rant.
I know you were pretty like descriptive in catching people when they were asking questions, but I agree. I'd rather something be pushed and kept in the oven a little bit longer than release and be in an incomplete state or have some bugs that could have been fixed. You know what I mean? So I think it's good to have backup dates, even if you have to push it past the second backup date and all that stuff.
Yeah, if that happens, I'll give everybody a heads up. But I am fairly confident that right now I'm busy at work because we do releases of stuff in quarters. So we're at the end of this quarter, so like I'm frantically trying to get it out.
That's a good question. Gamer says, will there be any changes to Adrenaline?
Yes, Adrenaline. I didn't cover that. I meant to cover that earlier, but I'll talk about it real quick.
In 1 second.
So,
Oh no, I was just saying 1 second to Uno's question.
Oh yeah. So Adrenaline, this is too big a buff. It's not going to be -5%. It's going to be 2.5% per rank. But what it also does is it increases stress resist, so that's your resistance to mental issues. But it also increases your mental risk at the same time. Will it come out on PlayStation? It will not unless PlayStation gets the ability to add files beyond the plugin, because PlayStation can only accept, I think, plugins. So I can't add scripts to it, right? And I can't add the UI file either. So that's the only problem.
It would definitely be a nice thing if they could, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm hoping they, Sony allows assets to be added besides the plugin. And if that happens, then yeah, it'll go on PlayStation. But without the ability, I mean, the survival mode is literally the HC manager script, right? Thank you, Chicken Bone. I will do my best to get it bug free. I've been testing all the diseases, and most of them have worked. The voices one took a while to get working because it's a bit more complicated than the other ones. But yeah.
And honestly, too, for me, vanilla survival, it's like it's great and all, but like I think this actually will make me want to do a survival run through and make it a little bit more engaging, if that makes sense. Because traditional survival to me, I don't, you know.
I don't like vanilla survival either. I always have to tweak things with the survival configuration menu, and so this mod's been technically in development like. Maybe it's either close to 2 years or a little over 2 years, but that hasn't been active development the entire time. Like I got burnt out doing this because the vanilla survival or the HC manager script is like 3,300 lines. It's one of the larger scripts, and you can already see I just got now just normal hydrated, normal fed. That bonus doesn't last that long. It's meant if you want to stay well more easily to drain your resources, basically. But anyway, yeah, it's a long script, and I just made it longer, but I improved some things too. We could talk about it a bit here. The VATS freeze fix is exacerbated because the game doesn't like it too much when you equip a potion while you're in VATS mode. But the real problem is that the game doesn't like you rapidly applying spells or potions. For spells, it would be if you cast it on the player, not adding a spell. That's different. But if you drink a potion rapidly during VATS mode or during certain things, it doesn't like it in general. It'll freeze the game. This is an issue either with a perk entry where it's modifying spell magnitude, or it doesn't like rapid application of spells or potions to the player. And so what happens whenever your hunger, thirst, or sleep state changes is in the vanilla game or vanilla survival, they equip every single potion. Because you could see it in the commented code, they couldn't figure out how to get dispel effects working. And I did. So I figured out how to get a dispel effect working. So whenever I equip a potion in this game, like if I do the hunger potion, like let's say I'm getting thirsty, right? I just equip the thirsty potion. I don't have to equip every single potion because I properly implemented dispel effects. So that's a little nerdy there in terms of the mod development, but that should help. I mean, I have the VATS freeze fix in here, so it's not going to equip a potion during VATS anyway. But I've also just added proper dispel effects. So, yeah.
Yeah, genuinely, the way y'all's brains work as far as like modders, it definitely is something that I love because it's, hey, there's this thing that's not in the game, or there's this thing that doesn't work properly. I'm gonna make that happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, like the way y'all's brains work on getting that stuff done, and just like I said, with the Fallout 4, the Appalachia, in that conversation, it's for the love of the game. And it's so great to see.
On the balcony. I've got settlers inside.
Shut up, Preston! We don't want to shoot dog meat. We have no problem. We have no problem causing you damage.
Should have exhaustion on them.
Should now, yeah.
Yeah. For AVIF. Get AV SMO exhaustion. It should be 10. Yeah.
Can I put exhaustion on Preston so when he says something to me about another settlement needs my help?
It's like, oh, I'm too tired. I'm too tired to tell you.
I'm just too tired. Oh man, what was I going to tell you? Dang it, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad this is making people want to play survival. I think the 2 weak points of survival mode is basically the illness system was kind of just like a minor nuisance because of how easy it is to catch diseases and how easy it is to cure them. So I'm hoping this system with the stages and 27 different diseases. I originally, in my original design, which I didn't like, I make a design document when I start these things. I originally had 5 stages, and then I was like, okay, this is gonna get a little crazy with 5 stages, so let's do 3. But I think with 3 stages it works well because otherwise you'd have to cure from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1, and that'd get a little crazy. So I think 3 is a good number for that. I genuinely enjoy making mods, and I usually try to make mods I'm gonna play with. So this survival mode overhaul, I'll be using. I'll be playtesting. Same with S7. That's the third mention. I'll keep chilling for S7. You know, people are gonna be like, "What the heck is S7? What is that?"
You know, I actually, Chicken did send me a text message and said S7. That must be some sort of inside joke. You've got 6 minutes
I
left.
got
and,
5 minutes. Let's do it.
And last night you said you might just. So why not?
We have time.
Why not?
S7. Whoa.
Let's just tell Chad about it.
S7 is a skill system I made using level up menu X. And this mod is called Level Up Menu Extended, which I prefer S. So this adds basically lots of perks and perk trees. So every skill and there's just a lot of stuff here that I can't cover in 5 minutes. But you can look at a skill and you can see how much XP you have in it. The skill XP rate is affected by the special stat. You can see your XP rate. You can see a whole bunch of things. There's 29 skills. There's a lot of skills. It differentiates weapon classes from ballistic automatics to... Will this be safe to add to an already ongoing save? Unfortunately not, just because I had to implement so many new records. There was no good way for me to
switch
try
off
to...
automatics.
Oh yeah, yeah. There was no good way for me to dispel... Actually, I don't even think I can dispel the vanilla potions because they don't have a dispel effect. I'd have to wait for them to expire, and there's no way to make them expire either because they last forever. So I unfortunately, gamer, I could not get a ongoing save. However, if you have a save that you're not on survival mode, like it could be a save with 40 hours, a million different mods or anything, but then you switch to survival mode. That would work. If you have a mode that allows you to turn off survival mode, you could turn it off, save, start it again, and then S7. How much is optimized? It's optimized.
You broke him. You broke him, Terry. You broke him. It's like what? I mean, it's great mod. It's wonderful.
It's good mod. Good mod. S7 good mod.
I need to send you a shield hat that is on my website.
Yeah. I think we're running. Oh, we still have 4 minutes.
Yeah. No, your rant into how cool S7 is was not as long as you thought.
I know, because
I
saw
slowed down. You went into the Matrix, and you're just like, "Oh my god, I get talked about. Oh my god."
I know, I played it.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
But there's a custom. Every single skill, every single perk that's not a vanilla perk has a custom icon and a custom sound right now in S7 in this mod, and that's the only. I am the only skill system on Nexus that has that. I can say that. Couldn't leave it at $80. What?
I don't know. Oh, okay. I did not even hear the alert. I appreciate you, Mike. I appreciate you. We hit the milestone for the money raised for the charity.
Oh, that's awesome.
Go.
This is why I love doing this stream, is that it just all goes to charity, and I can rant on about S7 for 5 minutes, and that's
making dreams come true. Not only to talk about S7, but survival overhauls, guys.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So they're all skill trees. This is the only way you can actually get perk requirements working. The vanilla, it's not vanilla. The original level up menu X doesn't allow perk requirements. But I coded this so you could have skill trees, which is cool. It's cool.
Honestly, here's the thing about it is when you release the survival overhaul, I'll probably actually use S7 because of how much you talk about it. You know what I mean? Because of how much
it's working.
Because how much you talk about it. You talked about it last year, and you were like, I don't know, maybe not so much. There's still things to do. And now it's just like, hey guys, this is, you could use this on my new playthrough. Because I'm definitely excited about it and come up with some kind of challenge. I don't know if we're talking about like doing all 27 like you were talking about, but there's something to come up with.
Someone is asking me what
S
I'm
is
saying.
in Sam.
Yeah, S7. Yeah. It stands for... oh, it's a terrible name. It's a terrible name, but it's been out for 4 years. So I have to I have to actually, I have to look it up what it stands for.
Wow, you talk about it this much, you don't even know. You got 30 seconds before we raid over to Jessica. You got 30 seconds before we go over to the wonderful star.
Super special Skyrim style semi-scaling scripted skill system.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
That's why I don't know it, Gassy. That's why I don't know it.
get good. Get good, nerd. Come on, how can you not remember that one? That come on now.